Welcome to SVL Free News and Views for Wednesday, October the 10th, and all eyes are to the skies. We hear another storm is going to be coming through. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad, and if it does, it comes through this weekend and not next weekend for the Balloon Fest. But I'm here in beautiful downtown Statesville, and I'm here in front of the Statesville Historical Collection. We'll talk about an event coming up next week and also the following week that involves history of Statesville and haunted tours. But first of all, let me recognize our sponsors: Mitchell College, Randy Marion, Piedmont Healthcare, Blue Harbor Bank, Fast Fields, Key to Escape, The Escape Room, Statesville Family YMCA, and Crossroads Cycling. Okay, so the big news this week we have on an interview, we're going to be talking to Amanda Pauley, who is the director for Smokey Joe's Cafe, which is going to be held this weekend and next weekend across the street here at Twisted Oak American Bar and Grill. So get your tickets now at statesvilletheater.com, and you'll hear there's some songs you'll definitely recognize. And you didn't know that maybe who wrote them, but now you're going to hear a review of those songs that'll be held right here at Twisted Oak American Bar and Grill. But also coming up next weekend and the following weekend is the Haunted Tours of Statesville, and that's on Friday and Saturday night. You can get your tickets at downtownstatesvillenc.org. Always a hit for folks to come out here and learn about the history of downtown Statesville and some of the haunted tours there. And also next week, don't forget to get your tickets for the 45th edition of Carolina Balloon Fest. So lots going on here, and we hope the storm's not too bad this week, and get ready for a great weekend next week too as we build up to Halloween. Okay, so let's turn back to my interview now with Amanda Pauley, who is the director of Smokey Joe's Cafe, starting this Thursday at Twisted Oak American Bar and Grill. Let's take a listen. Hey everybody, I'm down here at Twisted Oak American Bar and Grill, and we're getting ready this week for another theater Statesville production. This time it's Smokey Joe's Cafe, and I'm with Amanda Pauley. Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm great, thanks.
And this is a first on my show. Then we're going to have some live music here.
Yay!
And Amanda, tell us a little bit about yourself. This is your first production in Statesville.
That's correct.
And you've been singing and dancing or doing
I
this?
don't dance.
You don't dance?
I just sing and play.
Sing and play. Since high school. You said your first musical was in high school.
It was. I'm originally from Arkansas, and I grew up singing in church, and I started piano when I was 6. And then I was in band for several years, played percussion, and went on to study music in college at Ouachita Baptist University in Arkansas, and went on and studied at the University of Illinois and studied opera there and got my master's in vocal performance. Excellent. And then since then I've been teaching voice and piano lessons, singing. I've sung the Messiah with symphonies and sung professionally with Virginia Opera and Roanoke Opera in Virginia. And so, but about 8 years ago I started directing, volunteering my time at my kids' school when we lived in Rocky Mount. 3 years ago we moved here. I had directed about 18 shows by then. So this is my first one in Statesville, but I've directed in other community theaters around. So I'm glad to be here.
Good. And I didn't realize it till just a little while you reminded me, you and I were kind of on stage together last year at the Christmas Carol.
Absolutely.
Because I came by and harassed you.
Yes, he did.
I like playing the bad guy.
We were, my husband and daughter and one of our bass friends, a couple of them, did the quartet last year at Christmas Carol, and we sang at the beginning of the tour and then in the middle with the little bitty scene on the steps of the old City Hall building.
Okay, and we're going to do that again this year. I hope you'll come back to see that. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Smokey Joe's, and first of all, let me ask you, what's the biggest challenge of directing a musical?
Well, I think the first biggest challenge is getting the right people to be in your cast. Just getting all the pieces filled and making sure, because it's a big commitment to be in a musical. It requires lots of rehearsal, lots of dance rehearsal, singing rehearsal, and just getting that person that is the one that you're wanting for that song or that role or whatever. That's really, and once you get them, then you're able to, learn the show, and if they're committed and don't drop out, then you get to see them on stage and actually get them to do what you ask them to do.
Well, I've heard some really good things. We've got some newcomers to theater states.
Absolutely.
We're going to get some more folks from around the area, and I'm excited about seeing. I will be here on the 19th. But let's talk a little bit about Lieber and Stoller. This is the songs of Lieber and Stoller. And I didn't realize till I looked at this list, these are songs. You got Charlie Brown, you got I'm a Woman, Hound Dog, Treat Me Nice, Some Cats Know, Spanish Harlem, and of course probably their biggest hit was Stand By Me.
Yes.
So
this Smokey Joe's Cafe is just a musical review of the songs of Lieber and Stoller. Lieber and Stoller were a great songwriting duo back in the 50s and 60s, had huge hits. There's a story about Hound Dog. One of the writers was over in Europe and didn't know what was going on in the United States when Elvis got to #1 with Hound Dog.
Really?
And so the other one met him like at his plane when he landed, and he said, "Our song is #1. Elvis has made our song #1." I'm paraphrasing the story, of course. And the other one said, "Who's Elvis?" And so, I mean, Hound Dog was a huge hit for them. Yeah. He said, "Who's Elvis, really?" And so that was, in the mid-50s. And so it just kind of went on from there. Lieber and Stoller were, I call them the artists, and other people have called them the architects of rock and roll music.
Yeah, surely. Yeah.
And in that, they knew masterfully how to put a rock song together. Now, I'm no professional in rock music, but we know the old formula sound of rock songs from the 50s.
3-chord progression.
Yeah, but they just did it so well that they just kind of fool you into thinking that they're coming up with something new every time.
That's right. So it's exciting because there's no real storyline per se. It's more of a review of the song.
It is a music review. There's no dialogue. There are no roles like parts like people play on stage. So someone could sing in a quartet with, their other fellow cast members, but then be doing a solo, next by themselves. And so we just want to bring all of their music live on stage here. We'll have the band set up live. We're actually sitting on the stage right now. And the white screen behind you will have our backdrops. We're going to do some little electronic magic with our projector.
Excellent.
And we've been working really hard to get the show ready. So
okay, we'll give you a taste here. I've asked Amanda to play something, and is this one you're actually singing?
I'm actually singing this. My husband is joining me on stage. His name is Chris, and he'll be playing saxophone. And so to give all the cast the opportunity to change clothes for a number, we're going to put our duet right before their big number.
Okay.
So, but he sings the old song "Love Me." Treat me like a fool, treat me mean and cruel. So he sings that to me, and he'll probably stand about where you are.
Okay.
Sing it to me, and then I will go into my part, and it sounds like this. Don't. That's what you say each time that I hold you this way. When I feel like this and I want to kiss you, baby, don't say don't. And then he joins me in a little bit later, and we sing it and end the song together in a big duet.
Excellent. So
it's pretty cool.
It is cool, and like I said, the list of these songs, another one, "There Goes My Baby," and then you'll recognize a lot of these songs on Broadway. "Poison Ivy." I keep forgetting.
A lot of the songs that you'll hear the men's quartet sing, because there's 4 guys and there's 6 ladies in my cast, and the guys sing all of those old songs that the Drifters and the Coasters made famous. And so if you remember those people, you'll know all this music.
Okay, so once again, it starts this week. It starts this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Doors open at 6, and show starts promptly at 7:30.
Right.
The price of tickets does not include food and beverage, but you can buy your food and beverage here. And you said you'll have some special things playing up on the screen.
I'm hoping to.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then next weekend, same deal, but we have a matinee the last Sunday.
We do.
Okay.
And no matinee this week.
No matinee.
The 21st is our closing night, and that is our only matinee.
Okay, so
it starts at 2.
Well, Amanda, it's a privilege to see you, actually get to meet you again, and I'm looking forward to harassing you again if you show up again this year. And if you want me to try to say, "You ain't nothing but a hound dog," that's about as good as I can get.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Well, maybe that's a song I should sing. Okay.
Oh, hound dog is a whole different kind of hound dog.
Yeah.
Because it was first sung by another, not
Right.
Elvis.
Right, I remember. I can't remember the name right now, but do that. Well, Amanda, it's
Big Mama Thornton.
Big Mama Thornton. Yes, everybody should know that.
And that's how little lady is going to sing it on stage, so y'all need to come see her.
You got to go see that. Okay. Thank you very much, Amanda. Come on out to Twisted Oak American Bar and Grill this weekend or next week and for some great music. So can you take us out with just a little bit of music?
Yeah. Mama, you taught me how to do the bop. You taught me how to boogie real slow. You taught me how to twist and you taught me how to bop. Mama, teach me one thing more. Teach me how to shimmy. I can shimmy too.
There you go. Well, thank you. We'll see you out here at Twisted Oak American Bar and Grill this weekend. Okay, so there you have it. A lot to do here in Statesville and Iredell County over the next couple weeks. So get your tickets, obviously, for Balloon Fest, for haunted tours of Statesville. And come on down. If you haven't come on down to Statesville Historical Collection, it's a lot of fascinating artifacts here about Statesville that you may not have known about that. And as always, go to svlfreenews.com to get your email edition, which comes out every morning at 5 a.m. and we'll keep you in tune of what's going on here in Statesville. So hope you have a great week and stay dry, and we'll see you on Friday.